Hey guys, Matt Donald here. So enjoy this little compilation or this clip show of all of our skits and other shenanigans we at the Writ Wit often do before the episode truly begins, or begins in general. No need to sound poetic, so yep, here they all are. Enjoy, or cringe, or both. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Who or Whom, the show that's every English major's favorite and absolutely no one else's. Joining us today is this bright young fellow right here. He's got a bit of a beard, he needs to shave, but he still looks ready to go. It's Matt David!
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Well, we're happy to have you here. Let's not waste any more time. I'm going to say some sentences with the who or whom blank, and you, David, have to guess who or whom. Are you ready, David?
Am I ready? To whom does that concern?
Oh, I like your spunk. All right, let's go. Blank would like some pizza.
Who?
Correct. The best dude ever is blank.
Whom?
Correct. The teacher blank, I think, is Satan.
Who?
Correct. Blank, do you believe?
Whom?
Correct. Blank, should I discuss dinner plans with?
Who?
Incorrect.
Dang it! I was on such a roll.
No worries, you can win it back with this final sentence, and if you guess correctly, you win the grand prize.
Okay, let's do this!
Alright, here it is. To blank. Come on, time's running out. You can do it. Come on,
Home!
Correct. You've won who or whom.
This has always been my dream, and it's finally come true.
Oh, we're so excited for you. Now to present your grand prize. You get to host the rest of the podcast with me.
What?
Thanks, David, for participating. Well, now that that's over, we at the Writ Wit have an announcement. David and I here have totally sold out, and we're going to start doing these ads now for our favorite products that we either made or have been paid some handsome money to advertise. This episode of the Writ Wit is brought to you by Writ Wit ink, our specially made ink solution. Tell us about it, David.
Are you running out of printer cartridges?
All the time.
Perhaps you like the old-fashioned method of writing with a quill on parchment. Maybe you've only upgraded to the more modern cousins with paper and pen. But here's what all of these resources need. Ink. Deep in the largest freshwater lakes among the Rocky Mountain region, we find the best product for our Writ Wit ink. If you'd like to try a sample, it's only $7.99 a bottle plus tax and insurance fees. Why insurance fees? Because we help you start making your own supply. We provide you with specially bottled Rocky Mountain water and a live squid to scare into making its product.
My goodness, a live squid?
Yes! As a one-time only benefit, buy in the next 15 minutes and we'll even provide you a step-by-step mixing guide for your very own Writ Wit ink at no extra charge. Here's the secret. It's only 1 part water to 3 parts squid product.
Ooh, I like it. And that also means that if you mess up, the squid gets accidentally electrocuted by computer wires or something, you get some free calamari as consolation.
Indeed. Try your Writ Wit ink today. Guaranteed to make your writing look bolder and better. Beyond printer cartridges is our favorite ink. The 2 twits of the Writ Wit are not responsible for any spillage, defective mixtures, bodily injuries, or severe harm or poison injections incurred by handling angry squids. Please consult a doctor immediately if you get bitten. Unless severe neurotoxin is involved, in which case consult a mortician and loved ones for any last-minute family issues or conversations, and perhaps a lawyer to discuss your region's life insurance policies. Please use responsibly. Approach live squids at your own risk.
This episode of the Writ Wit is brought to you by the Writer's Workout Training Program. You think writing is easy, David? You think your weak butt muscles can handle it?
I never said writing was easy, Don.
Wrong! Writing is hard work, and I'm here to train your body to be fit enough to write the biggest, baddest stories ever. We're gonna make your creative muscles burn. First off in our training program is the typing finger treadmill. You're going to run those little fingers for miles to work your typing to a whole new level. Use that tiny treadmill, David.
This is so hard. Not sure my fingers can take it anymore. I thought Nano prepared me better than this!
Keep running your fingers, David! I'm not satisfied until your keyboard is covered with blood when you type!
Ah!
Next up is our writing yin-yang balance stretch. As a writer, you have to balance your lone wolf writing with your pitiful social life. So I've got my computer on one weighted trolley here, and David, you go stand that other one over there.
Okay, sure.
Alright, I'm standing on the trolley.
Now, I'm going to demonstrate the writing yin-yang balance stretch. Pulling my computer forward. Now releasing. Pulling David forward. Now releasing. Pulling computer. Now releasing. Pulling David.
What are you doing to me?
Now releasing. Oh man, I'm feeling great. I feel like I can write War and Peace too. But our training program doesn't stop there. Sometimes you have to read your long and epic novel aloud or record your own audiobook. To help prepare this, our final workout, the divine lungs of Hercules! Ah, man, what a workout! And you can have it too with the Writer's Workout Training Program! Guaranteed to improve both your writing and your iron physicality! Your keyboards or quill pens will be covered in sweat and blood!
This sounds great. I'm signing up today.
Do it! Please. Blink the blink. I'm gonna need a glass of water here.
Alright. The plot is bright and oh so beautiful, and if I am over dutiful Writ Wit, where can I go? The story's young, and I'm in love with...
Hey, shut up, David! We don't do theme song anymore, so stop embarrassing yourself. Well, we do them sometimes, I guess, but not this time!
Oh, but I worked so hard on that.
Well, whose fault is that? Dumbass! That's okay. Well, actually, not this time, though, because today I brought in famed French chef Gaston Crayon de Papier to help us advertise his products. So you, David, you go sit in the corner over there and take it away, Gaston!
Bonjour, messieurs of the Writ Wit. I, the great Gaston Crayon de Papier, am only delighted to show you the grandeur of what we French call the cuisine de histoire. Or, to make sense of it to you Americans, the art of story cooking. Why would you possibly want to write stories when you could cook them? All the great authors of France created their masterpieces through cuisine de histoire. Voltaire, Victor Hugo, Jules Verne. Do you think the great works of French literature, like The Count of Monte Cristo or 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, were created by writing on paper? Ha! They were cooked!
To be fair, Gaston, I don't really write on paper either, I just mainly use a computer.
But of course, computers are magnificent. But if you want to write a story that could stand the test of time, like Notre Dame de Paris, then you must call on the art of cuisine de histoire.
Hey, wait, you don't think Megazoic will stand the test of time? Which, by the way, buy on Amazon.com!
Ah, your recently published novel about the dinosaurs with the laser guns. Oh, mais oui, that story will surely stand with Lemmy and the Three Musketeers as the great works of literature in history.
Okay, I'll ignore this sarcastic shot at my work because we've been paid some handsome money for this ad, so tell us about story cooking, Gaston, please. I'm very interested.
Cuisine de histoire involves the art of putting all the ingredients of what makes a good story into a dish, and after just a few precious seconds in the oven, creating a story that will make all the critics bow before your excellence in the art of storytelling. We provide the ingredients and ship them right to your doorstep, so you too can enjoy cuisine cuisine de histoire. I shall demonstrate for you what kind of story would you like me to create for you.
How about a fantasy story with orcs and dragons and crap?
Ah, of course you would want that, you silly boy. Nevertheless, I shall humor you. Alright, we will start with spreading the ingredient high fantasy across this band, then adding a dash of adventure, a pinch of romance, sprinkled with some war and mystical beasts. Then, to top it off, we add a microgram of plot and character, and throw it into the oven and... voila! Your fantasy story with orcs and dragons and crap is served.
Wow. What world building, what adventure. Oh, what grand battles. This is the best fantasy story I've ever read. Or eaten or whatever.
Merci, Monsieur Donald. And this can be yours, listeners. For only une petite fortune, the art of cuisine de histoire is yours.
Wow, for only une petite fortune? What a deal! I'm sold! I'm getting cuisine de histoire today, or story cooking, whatever it's called. I don't care, I'm getting it!
Merci, Monsieur Donald and Messieurs of the Writ Wit. To all you listeners, bon appetit! This has been the great Gaston Crayon de Papier.
Today, I'll finish this episode.
I know where this story ends!
Don't worry, you'll get proper co-authoring credits. Have you ever wanted a way to cut through the noise? Do you want to get straight to the answers? Then you need the brand new Writ Wit bullshit detector. Guaranteed to cut through the crap and keep your efforts truthful.
This relationship will last till Act 3, I just know it.
I think this character has to die in the climax.
I think this guy will stay alive through all 7 books.
Try it on your friends. Try it on yourself. See if you're really writing a great story. This patented detector grades your statements based on the countless efforts of failed writers before you to guide your phrases towards utter truth. Guaranteed to encourage only the best stories from the best writers, eliminating the haze and the false truths uttered by hopeful writers everywhere. Guaranteed to revolutionize your efforts in the story crafting department.
I will get these edits done today!
I'm going to publish a bestseller!
Her husband still cares.
I'm going to self-publish a book!
Wow, this sounds very intriguing! You mean to tell me that I could use all this to eliminate all the kerfuffle that surrounds me? Sort all the statements of my friends into falsehoods and truths?
Not recommended for any purpose other than means related to your writing projects. The Writ Wit takes no responsibility for any relationships, damage, hard feelings, injury, or possible medical emergencies that may occur from attempting to force this product never to use. The Writ Wit does not guarantee its success if you remove the detector from its purpose realm of written work-related projects.
Either way, I need to spruce up my stories by getting all the false garbage out of them! Tell me more!
We're glad you asked. This wonderful, amazing, capable, incredible device that always works can be yours for one measly payment of $19.95. That is $1,990.05. For such a cheap price, why not purchase for the whole writing hopeful family? It will separate the chaff from the wheat, take all the horribly untrue devices from your writing, and enhance your story by cutting all the bullshit out. Try yours today.
Fantastic! Sign me up! Wait, that odd price. Is this some kind of hoax?
Boy, it sure is nice to be out in these dark and scary woods, isn't it, Donald?
I'm not usually a fan of camping, but you really delivered on the goods on this trip. What a location! Look at this place. Look at those wolves over there. Look at that fire crackling here. Listen to those crickets chirping. Perfect for our Halloween month episode of The Writ Wit.
And also happens to be our 13th episode that we're recording on your Friday.
Really?
A week after Friday the 13th.
It is a week after the Friday the 13th, you're right. Funny how that works out, huh? Anyways, you have fun tendering the fire there, getting the s'mores ready to go, I guess, and I'm gonna go get back into my tent and play online games on my laptop here.
You're out in these wondrous woods and you just want to play on your computer?
Yep, pretty much.
Why? Enjoy the experience of nature, Donald.
Excuse me, but I like being a man of the 21st century. We spent thousands of years perfecting our technology, so we don't have to go out in the woods and hunt mammoths with spears anymore. Why put all that glorious progress to waste?
How are you even getting Wi-Fi out here?
I have a hotspot on my phone. It's a wonder of 2017 technology.
Doesn't that wreck your data plan?
It's worth it, David! I'm a guy who plays video games and writes books about dinosaurs with laser guns. I'm a huge dork, okay? I need my internet.
You don't need it right now, Donald. Just sit back and relax. Let me at least tell you a scary story. It's a campfire tradition.
Fine. I mean, it is the Halloween month episode.
And the 13th episode.
And the 13th episode. Fine, tell me your scary story.
Alright. It all started when a writer, just like yourself, walked all alone in these very same woods, until he eventually found his way back to where he called home, the suburb.
Smart man.
Now in a more comfortable environment to him, he thought he was safe. Just like you, Donald, he was a self-proclaimed dork. He played video games and wrote stories about mammoths with muskets.
Wait, mammoths with muskets? That's ridiculous.
But just like you, he feared many things. Heights, spiders, repeated failures to use the Oxford comma, and worst of all...
Hello, Donald.
Oh no! That's a...
Yes, Donald! It's a girl!
And not just any girl. A girl who thinks dorks like you, Donald, are lame.
No! My worst fear! I strive for being adorably dorky! Girls like guys who are adorkable, right?
Not me. I'm the type of girl you fear most. That Megazoic book of yours, what a dumb idea. Only a loser would write that.
I'm not a loser!
Well, you did need to self-publish.
Shut up!
What's this? Wi-Fi? Out in the woods? You should enjoy nature.
She's right, you know.
She's not right! I just don't like too much exposure to nature.
You just don't like to challenge yourself. You're afraid of the unknown.
She's right. She knows all my flaws.
I do, Donald. That's why you should listen to me. You are lame.
No!
Lame.
No!
Lame.
No!
Lame.
You alright there, Donald?
I just had the worst dream. Such a horrible nightmare.
Let me guess, your nightmare include a power outage? Or having no Wi-Fi in the woods?
Thankfully, no. My woods Wi-Fi was quite functional, but the rest... Ugh. We have a podcast to record, right?
Yeah, we're recording right now.
Oh, okay. Let me, collect myself here. Okay, we're good. Welcome, fellow nerds, to another episode of the Writ Wit, the show where...
Lame!
Donald? What was that? What's wrong?
You didn't hear that? Oh, what's going on in my head? What's going on?
I'll just do the intro this time. Welcome, fellow nerds, to another episode of the Writ Wit, the show where us two housebroken writers decide that taking a walk on the wild side every so often is good, so long as we can connect to the internet.
That's very true. Okay, I think I'm good now. I'm Matt Donald.
And I'm Matt David.
And I'm Christina Eilert.
Oh, okay, she's gone now. Greetings, exalted one. Your presence with me, the great pharaoh Mathotep, shows you have been truly blessed by the sun god Ra himself. Look at my kingdom, blessed one. Egypt has prospered for centuries, with the gods smiling upon it with their luminous, immortal teeth lighting the star. And do you know why Egypt is so powerful? We have a glorious invention, a gift from the gods to us, and not those Mesopotamian heathens who claim to have been given it first. Those godless Babylonians with their oh so majestic gardens. Oh dear Horus, stick to horticulture, you witless flies. We Egyptians have writing. It is the Bronze Age after all. And what better way to record the wondrous events of this time than through writing? Oral storytelling is a torment modern people will never bear again. In 1,000 years, we may never speak at all, so enjoy my thunderous voice
as deep as the watery domain of Sobek, for talking may soon be as archaic as those imprudent Sumerians over there. Oh, you think you're so special with your sacred language and your farmers and your potters. Bah! Your legacy is nothing but clubs and sticks. My chariot armies will conquer the hell out of you someday. Writing is what separates the heathen from the uplifted, dear child. Carving our symbols of eyes and birds and crocodiles upon our temple walls shall chronicle our history and dazzle future historians with how splendid our blessed culture truly was. Of course, I need not imply that people will ever look back on us as history. The kingdoms of Egypt will last forever and will reign supreme for all eternity. Unlike those stupid Greeks over there, they make me so enraged with their scholars and their big fluffy helmets. I will erase the memory of your profane islands and your glorified rowboats. Our gods can beat up your gods, you godless Greeks, you Trojan twits. You hellish Hellenics, I will ensure the death of your legacy. In fact, the all-seeing eyes and records of the god Thoth have granted me a vision of my future beyond the afterlife. And when I pass on to the next world, my soul has been reincarnated as a youthful scribe with divine potential, and I use my glorious gift of writing to write fictional narratives about crocodile bird creatures with weapons of light and fire? Wait, those crocodile birds are called dinosaurs, which is a Greek term for terrible lizards? Screw writing! I don't care if the gods have blessed this kingdom. Burn it to the ground!
You better spell check, you better proofread, you better take all the anxiety pills you'll need. Editors are coming for your draft. They're taking down notes, they're marking down stuff, gonna trim down all the fat and the fluff. Editors are coming for your draft. They see all of your typos, they notice all your flaws. They know what sells and what does not, so finding them is a lost cause. Hey, you better spell check, you better proofread, you better take all the anxiety pills you need. Editors are coming for your draft. Right, they told me type. You need a new story, type. Your career's in the bin, type. So get working, type. That's what they told me, type. So I write. Aw, man, I can't write anything anymore, David. I like the creativity right now.
Maybe a nice home-cooked dinner will help, Donald.
I don't know. I've tried everything. Wait, what's that, a bean burrito?
Uh-huh. Already cooked and prepared. I hear you've been suffering some severe writer's block lately, so I wanted to help you feel better.
Oh, thanks. Good burrito, David. I know exactly what to write next!
Of course you do, Donald. That's because you ate some of the Writ Wit sponsored cerebral stimulation beans. Every writer gets writer's block, and we've always yearned for that instant way out of our funks to get our creativity back. We all have our methods, but they're not always successful or instant. That's where our sponsored cerebral stimulation beans come in.
They're really tasty, too. Of course! That's the plot twist my story's been needing!
These specialized beans are grown with specific, cerebral stimulating chemicals that trigger the creative juices in your brain to start pumping. Beans were chosen due to their naturally reactive properties. Thus, the cerebral stimulation process is conducted through the same biological mechanisms generating the methane in your body's gastrointestinal regions.
Whoa! I've just fully outlined 12 sequels to this story! This'll be an epic that'll rival the Trojan Cycle!
Our Writ Wit sponsored beans come in all the flavors you'd ever want. Black beans, pinto beans, refried beans, green beans, string beans, lima beans, chili beans, jelly beans, you name it. Let me also demonstrate the wonderful effects of our product. Whoa! A gothic horror story? I never thought about writing that, and now I've got the best idea for one.
That's the subplot I'll have for that side character.
What a beautiful romance these two characters will have.
So many ideas. So many wonderful ideas.
Try our new Writ Wit sponsored cerebral stimulation beans today. Guaranteed to spice up your stories, your dinner, and your aftermath.
Man, the state of the world is terrible right now. The stock market is plummeting. Nazis are back on the streets. And there have been 3 50 Shades of Grey movies. I don't think I can take all these horrific events. I'm in dire need of escapism.
Escapism, you say? What kind of escapism are you looking for?
I don't know. Something ridiculous. Something like dinosaurs with laser guns.
Well, in that case, I've got just the story for you. You'll love the recently released second installment of Matthew Donald's Megazoic series, The Primeval Power. This young adult sci-fi novel has just been released on Amazon for print and for Kindle. And wait, is this one a real ad, Donald?
Yeah?
We're making an actual ad for your actual book that our listeners can buy with actual money.
Wait, are you saying none of our other ads have been real? I just finished working out with the Writer's Workout Training Program before we started. And eating a meal of cerebral stimulating beans, of course.
I guess they are all real. Did you use cuisine de soie to cook those beans out of curiosity?
Nah, Gaston Crayon de Papier refused to merge his story cooking enterprise with our specialized beans.
That's a shame.
Yeah, it is. Anyways, back to the ad, David.
All right, I guess we're doing this.
In this sequel to Matthew Donald's well-received debut novel, The World of Dinosaurs with Laser Guns gets even weirder. Cortan, the hero of the first book, has proven himself to be a master of technology, but he might have found his perfect counter in a mysterious dinosaur named Nevissa, who uses witch-like powers and magical soldiers called Shades to enact her diabolical plans.
Whoa, now there's dinosaurs with magic?
Perhaps there is. It even baffles the dinosaurs within the story. Cortan realizes his skills with tech may be useless against this foe, but since Nevissa plans to summon a super powerful army of dinosaurs from a civilization eons past, Cortan better figure out how to fight her fast.
Whoa, that sounds like just the escapism I need.
Thank you, glad to have helped. As author of this newly released book, I hope all of you enjoy. It's got all the dinosaurs, all the laser guns, all the banter, and all the characters you love and tolerate from the first book.
Tolerate?
I'm nothing if not honest, David. Buy Megazoic, The Primeval Power on Amazon today. Available on both print and Kindle. Be prepared, listeners, for our epic, hopefully, we'll find out, theme song! Hit it, David.
Short of a score, my friends, today we can see how it ends. This podcast we do with our limited time, where ideas are spun, sometimes even in rhyme. Short of a score, my friends, who knows when this story will end? We write with our best, keep typing the lines, until one of us ends, move to something we find. We're close to a score, you see. One more month and that's what we'll be. At that time where we know how the scoreboard will read. Will it say 1-0? Or show him in the lead? Short of a score, my friends. Follow with us as we go through bends. You stayed with us longer than we ever knew. So you must tell us this. Are we still speaking true? We're short of a score, but for just one ep more, stay with us till the end of the story. Not to say that we're great or productive of late, but please grant us this moment of glory.
Good work, David. Have a cookie. That's my only comment. No, it was really good. Well done. And, you wrote that in 5 minutes, too, which is impressive.
I appreciate your support, Donald.
Although, to be fair, I was expecting more jokes, so I'll just add one. Farts are funny!
This pilot episode of our new podcast, The Knit Wit, is brought to you by Linda's Fabrics, the store for all your sewing, knitting, mending, fabric, and quilting needs.
Oh, yes.
Big thank you to the company for gifting us with the many yards of yarn we've been using in our trials. With patient support staff, you can take your projects straight into the store and get their guidance, and let me tell you, we've been using it. So please, if you're in need of some quilting expertise, waltz over to the nearest Linda's Fabrics, where no purl is enough.
Wow, it sounds great. I'm going to Linda's Fabrics today.
Thank you. Yep, thank you. That was real good. A strong start to the Nitwits. And speaking of which, welcome, fellow nerds, fellow quilters, I suppose, to our first episode of The Nitwit, the show where us two twits talked about writting, but now talked about knitting and quilting and sewing and crocheting and all that stuff. Sorry, listeners. Dave and I have officially given up as writers and decided to...
We're so awful.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we had to realize it eventually. I mean, have you read my book? I appreciate you being nice to the reviewing, but I don't know. I just
well, I mean, in last honor of the show, the old show, it is still available at Amazon.com.
Cheap plug. It's a very cheap plug because it means nothing anymore.
Exactly. Well, no, but that's the thing. You know, I just figured as a final tribute we had to.
Well, thank you. I mean, I've never really been one for sentimentality, but sure, why not? You know me to be a very harsh and
come on,
brutal
sentimentality is like the best way to make quilts.
No, my quilts are very manly. It's speaking of which, what patterns will we rip off from this month, David?
Well,
I guess I'll go first. I mean,
okay. I was gonna say, do you want me to go first, or?
Well, I mean, you can. Oh, I mean, it's a new show. We can do whatever we want. Should we roll this dice here? I don't know where I'm going with this bit. I'll just go first.
I was about to say, is it an odd? Okay, it's you. If it's even, it's me. I don't know. Whatever.
That's true. Dice is 6 people. It's 6. Man, if I really want to get into the crafts, I need to learn how many sides there are on a die.
Well, okay, before you get into gaming die, which would have been more in line with our other show.
Gaming die? That's for nerds! I'm not that anymore, I'm a quilter. They can't be one and the same.
Exactly. So please talk about what patterns you'll rip off.
So, I saw this beautiful tapestry, basically. You know how I have these annual visits to the old castles of the Scottish hills, right?
Okay, yes. It's been a while since you told me about them, but yes.
I go there. It's pretty great. I went to this one. There's this beautiful tapestry. It was draped onto the side of one of the walls in the main hall. It told this whole story with its pictures, like this giant, beautifully sewn picture that showed this valiant knight rescuing a princess from a tower guarded by a terrible dragon, until a beam of light came from the sky, causing the tower, the princess, and the dragon to be ascended to heaven.
Ooh, very nice.
Twist, though, the beam came from a flying saucer, with the smaller dragon piloting it. Isn't that intriguing, David?
Yes, very intriguing.
It created a beautiful metaphor about humanity's primal fear of the unknown. Dragons, aliens, flying buildings. What does it all mean?
Yeah.
I'd love to, create some sort of quilt that tells just as that much of a story with just the pictures, you know? The difference between writting and knitting is that one is more about pictures. You don't tell a story with words, and that's beautiful.
It's a very visual medium, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very beautiful. Anyone can write. That's the reason why we quit.
Very few people can quilt. Wow.
Exactly. There's a reason why we quit. This is more interesting, I think. Anyways, what patterns are you going to rip off?
I have, several times in the past when talking about myself, I might have mentioned that I only have one grandparent left.
Right.
That I really wasn't around for many of my great-grandparents. Mm-hmm. Don't worry, there's a point to this. Incidentally, I forgot to mention that I did actually live to see one great-grandparent. She, my mom's maternal grandmother, also known as my mom's mom's mom. We're saying that 10 times fast.
My mom's mom's mom held me when I was a kid, so that's interesting that was the last one for you, too.
Created this doorstop for my room when I was very young. It was a weighted thing. You know, doorstops, they tend to be. Shaped...
what are you stopping the door with, right?
Exactly. You need something to hold the door back, right? Shaped eerily similar to a cat, down to extra raised ears and a tail that extended away from the main body.
Right.
Admittedly, it took on a more annoying character as I grew up, and it served simply to keep me one step away from closing the door on my family as a Sturm und Drang teenager.
Oh, no.
But that cat comforted me through the worst of times when I couldn't sleep without a glitter lamp lighting the room, the darkest of nights when the computer screen stopped glaring at my bed, and just about everything in between.
Right.
I realized that I loved the mix of threads when we spun off into knitting.
Good one.
And so rather than create a measly doorstop that I already had, reinventing the wheel as it were, I wanted to find a new way to recreate the cat and settled on a relatively simple pattern, a hot pad.
Ooh, I like that.
Using similar colors, I will set about remodeling a once cat-shaped doorstop into a rectangular, because let's face it, I can't make square properly.
I mean, you'll learn. Well, it'll take us a bit. We'll get there.
It'll take a little while. This way, the cat's lovely face cradles everything I put atop it, since everyone knows a cat always lands on its feet.
It certainly does. Even quilt cats.
It may not be great, but between the inspiration for it, the hard work on it, and its status as my first real attempt, I'm pretty happy with the idea so far.
I mean, yeah, no, that sounds like an ambitious first project. That'll be really interesting. I mean, and if it's not really the best, that's okay. It is our first. I mean, remember our first stories? I mean...
Oh, dear Lord.
But we broke through and we got better, and then we decided that this was more for us, so... Point is,
practice makes permanent.
This might be your world savers of knitting projects. For that reference, we haven't gotten to that episode yet. Or will we? We might never know. I guess we'll be
will we? Who knows?
No one will know ever, because it's not going to be like...
We gave up on the Writ Wit, so I suppose we'll never get to that episode now.
Sorry, listeners, you're crap out of luck.
Sorry, you're never going to understand that reference. Anyways, we'll move on to our other regular segment, What We at the Knit Wit Have Knit.
Indeed. As for what I have knit, I'm experiencing with alpaca wool for my latest crocheting project, you know.
Ooh.
Have you ever used alpaca yet? It's very soft and luscious, you know. It's kind of like sheep, but even softer.
Wow.
And also, alpacas are super nice. I don't know if you've seen alpaca. They let you shave their wool. They're very friendly. They don't really spit. They spit a little, but they're basically much friendlier llamas. So,
okay. That's a good comparison. I can figure out.
I mean, they're the same family as the llama. They're in South America and such. They're on the Indies, whatever. But they're not like llamas are mean. They're freaking nasty.
Well, I imagine if they're raised in the right place, that their wool is superbly soft, and that must make it easier to work with, doesn't it, Donald?
It does. Well, like llamas are more farmed for meat, so
usually
alpacas more for wool. So
exactly,
you don't want to see a lot of llama wool stuff. So that's why.
I'm not sure I've ever seen llama wool, but now that you say that, I'd almost be interested to try it. But I imagine it'd be really tough.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, that'd be a very ambitious project for the next thing.
The next thing that we at the Nitwit have knit. Anyway,
give it a go. That'd be a hell of a story with that quilt or crochet project or whatever.
Exactly. Maybe it'll be mittens. I don't know.
Ooh, I'd like
anyway, as for what I've done,
yes.
My grandmother, my remaining grandmother, as I've hinted at earlier, is very, very skilled with this kind of stuff, and so I've been asking her for a lot of advice.
Right.
I mean, it's so bad that she might as well just work for Linda's Fabrics.
Right.
Anyway, I needed to ask her about the pattern to knit some baby booties because my extended family has been having some recent addition. Cousins have been, getting married, having kids and whatnot. Unfortunately, the first go kind of looked a little warped because I need more practice, obviously. But hey, best to do it now before I have to gift my friends and such with them, right?
Right.
And of course, I've started work on my quote-unquote cot pad.
Yeah, I like that name.
Cat plus hot is cot.
Oh, how clever! No, it's really good.
Hopefully my jobs are a little bit more clever than my puns. I'll say that.
It's okay. We're not writers anymore. Our puns don't have to be good. So that's not what we do.
You're right. That's absolutely correct. So, there we go. That's it for our pilot episode of the Nitwit.
I hope you listeners enjoy. Yeah.
Since, we're just getting started, we don't have much.
No worries.
We don't have much to talk about yet. We will have more later, especially if you want to get in touch with us. So, next, how can they
Quiltact us? Yeah, more bad puns. Oh, I'm really excited to continue this forward. So, basically, first off, please download the Nitwit on iTunes. Give us a like and a review. Let us know about this new direction we're going and encourage us. And,
exactly.
Prop us up. The listeners and I were all sewn together in this extravagant quilt of...
this tapestry of life.
I shouldn't do a metaphor anymore. I'm not a writer. But yeah, okay, you get what I'm going for, yeah.
Yes, but, we are still greenhorns, if you will. So if you have any helpful tips for us, particularly on those baby booties, that'd be really nice. Alpaca wool, is it really good to use? Is it not easy to come by? Llama wool, maybe you've done some of that before. Sheep's wool, for all I know.
Is that possible?
If you got any questions, comments, some pattern, and maybe suggestion for a future episode, please send us an email.
Ooh,
and the web address.
I got an idea. We could bring in silkworms for our next episode. That'd be interesting.
Interesting. Although I think we'd probably be just feeding them, and they wouldn't really have much to say.
Well, I'm not saying they'd interview them.
Anyway.
What would they even say? I'm a silkworm. I make silk. This is my entire life. That's the voice I gave a silkworm. No, I meant that we actually work with silkworm and make silk, dumbass.
I'm sorry.
I'm just imagining having to have held a silkworm really close to the microphone and hope to God that they hear anything.
I don't know, but here's what you can do if you have suggestions for us.
Spider silk.
Especially if you can beat our idea of silkworms for next episode, please send us an email. The email is the same as it used to be on our old podcast, but just so you hear it again, it is Matt D, that is 2 T's before the D, at MatthewDonaldCreator.com.
Hey, how do you spell that? We're not writers, so we don't know.
Alright, I'll spell it out. MATTD.
Right.
At MATTHEWDONALDCREATOR.com.
Thank you. I mean, creator still fits.
Your own email.
We're all
you can do that, or you can go to the contact page on the website, and that will also get directly to us.
I will update the website to make it more...
If you want to specify which host, please include names, because obviously we share Matt D in common. David or Donald would be great. Unless we change our names, which honestly, we've been doing this for how long? And obviously a new podcast.
Yeah, I think our names are fine. We don't just
I was about to say if this is a new podcast, we should celebrate it by changing our names so they aren't so similar. We'll think about that for next time, listeners.
Okay,
but
fine.
Anyway, there are other places that you can quiltact Donald.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you can quiltact me on my Facebook at Matthew Donald Creator, which I'm going to update now with more sewing and quilting and knitting stuff. Make it more fitting with my new hobby. Or Twitter at Methodol64. Why 64? Because my largest quilt was 8 feet by 8 feet. Simple enough.
Until next month, then. Keep those needles going, listeners.
Bye-bye. See you later.
And thank you for listening to this pilot episode of The Knitwit, where us two twits talk about knitting.
Indeed.
The Writ Wit
April Fools!
We didn't give up on writing? Come on!
What do you think we are, idiots? I mean, we are idiots, but...
Hurry, the new cuisine de histoire pizzas are going to burn! We've got so many story pizzas just waiting to tell all their glorious tales. What are you doing, Monsieur Donald? These orders need to be taken.
I'm going. Come on, Gaston, I'm your favorite guy. We sponsored your story cooking in episode 11, remember? What makes a good origin story?
I do not care if you fancy yourself as my favorite guy. The great Gaston Crayon de Papier needs his food delivered. Answer the phone, Donald.
Fine. Thank you for choosing Crayon de Papier's Pizzeria. What stories can we cook for you this evening?
Hi. I wanted to order some stories, Oz.
Well, you called the right place.
I'll have 2 large dramas, Oz. I'm all about the drama, you see. On the first one, can I have half romance and half historical disaster toppings?
Got it. Your first story pizza's Titanic. Anything else?
Whoa, dude. Hold the brakes, man. Who said anything about Titanic? My first story pizza was obviously inspired by Pearl Harbor. Duh.
I guess it's better than Pompeii. What about the other pizza?
Alright, this one's a bit, tricky, man.
Alright.
One half of this, has both existentialism and surrealism toppings.
Ooh.
Love me some surrealism, man.
I can tell, sir.
And the other half of this, I'd like something dark and morbid. I don't know, surprise me. I want this story to mess people up, you know? I want them to question their very reality.
I'm questioning mine already, sir. Will that complete your order?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have that ready to you in about 30 minutes.
Yeah, tell your delivery guy to watch out for my guard cat, bro. He, eats people.
Well, he was a fun guy. Maybe we should lay off the fun guy, though. Thank you for choosing Crayon de Papier's Pizzeria. What stories can we cook for you this evening?
Hello, can I have a medium teen paranormal romance pizza with half vampire and half sparkly toppings?
I'm sorry, miss. We've discontinued our teen paranormal romance pizza. Can I get you anything?
No! I must have teen paranormal romance pizza! I'm dying for one of those! You don't understand!
I'm sorry. They were no longer popular on our menu. We've since replaced them with teen dystopian future pizza. Can I interest you in that, miss?
What? Those aren't even close to the same! Paranormal has vampires! I want a vampire story and I need it now! I must have my Edward!
I'm truly sorry, miss, and I'm sure Edward is too.
You don't understand! No one understands vampires! They are a gift from God to our society! I want my blood sucked, damn it!
Whoa, she needs help. Hopefully this shift goes by fast. Here we go. Thank you for choosing Crayon de Papier's Pizzeria. What stories can we cook for you this evening?
Actually, I would not like a story pizza tonight. I've called to file a complaint.
Of course you have. Alright, lay it on me.
The last order I received turned out to be the most preposterous story I've ever consumed in my life. I could not even finish it. The writing was far too childish. Barely primary grade level, I'd say.
Sorry about that, sir. May I ask what your order was so we can remake it for you?
I ordered 2 sci-fi pizzas, each of them with 1/3 comedy, 1/3 action, and 1/3 talking animal talk.
Wow, really? That's quite an order. How preposterous did these stories end up?
The bloody worst, I'd say. They had these dinosaurs wielding laser guns and cracking jokes while blowing each other to bits. Even the names of them were terrible. What is this, Mega Zook? And the second pizza was subtitled the Primeval Power? Ugh, what pedantic romantic prehistoric pottered parlance is this?
Wow. How did my books get in our story pizza system? Weird. Anyways, can't help you, gotta go!
Wait, these are your stories? You are an embarrassment to your...
Bye-bye. Man, that's what I needed. Another gut punch to my already dwindling self-esteem. Ugh, I wonder who this delightful fellow will be. Thank you for choosing Crayon de Papier's Pizzeria. What story can we cook for you this evening?
Donald, you're working right now?
Wait, David, is that you?
No, it's a tween girl who loves vampires too much. Of course it's me! Why did you take a shift tonight? We have a podcast to record!
Oh, damn it, that's tonight? Oh, fine. Alright, I'll get out of here. Really didn't want to work anyway, so be there soon.
You better! Oh yeah, see if you can swipe some short story breadsticks before you leave.
I'll see what I can do. Mr. Papier, I gotta go!
You cannot leave, Monsieur Donald. We discussed this order for 50 encyclopedia pizzas.
Ah, man, I wish I could help you with that, but you see, the wife's having a baby, so ciao!
Come back here, you filthy rat! You'll never get your silly stories with the dinosaurs and the laser guns popular without me, I tell you! Never!
Alright, I'm back, David. I'm sorry, I forgot our short story breadsticks. I was kind of in a hurry to get out.
How did you forget the short story breadsticks, man? Those are like the best thing from that restaurant.
Okay, well, to be fair, I didn't forget. I really wanted to get out of there really quickly. They had guns on me and such. Not important. Long story. Let's just move on. Don't worry.
Alright, you're finally here, so let's go ahead.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I cannot write poetry.
And neither can I.
I was supposed to finish it! It was making these... It doesn't rhyme then! It was supposed to be... And neither can you... Bah!
Don't worry about it.
Ugh.
Hey, Donald, you want to go to a theme park this summer?
Not really, David. After the last few times we've been to a theme park together, I'd rather not make you have to deal with my nausea.
Oh, no, don't answer it like that. Please, not like that. I still can't repress those memories.
Right.
No, this is for an ad, Donald.
Oh, an ad? Oh, okay. Yes, I'd love to go to a theme park this summer. Wow!
Good to hear. Your excitement sounds truly genuine.
Yeah!
We at the Writ Wit are proud to announce our newest division here at Writ Wit HQ. Thrill Seekers Are Us. And with the opening of this division comes the opening of our very first Writ Wit theme park.
Whoa. Look at all these wonderful rides and shops.
Indeed, we have all the writing-themed rides one could ask for. First off is the plot twist, guaranteed to empty the stomachs of its riders just as a good plot twist empties the bowels of its readers.
Whoa, my stomach! My bowels!
Aha, so much fun, isn't it?
So much fun!
There's also the rising and falling action.
Whoa!
And the bumper plot lines.
I'm the distant side quest.
I'm the main action.
We've collided! Side quest and main action.
It's like Seinfeld. The plot lines always collide! After you're done writing your heart out on all our dizzying and death-defying dilly-dundrums, or engorged at our excellent eateries, our writers/guests are encouraged to visit the Writ Wit Workshop of Wonders, managed by Kristalina the Calamitous.
I gaze upon the adventure that is the beyond time. For you, Mr. Donald, I see 4 novels resting comfortably in the bargain bin at local pharmacies.
Ah, man. Well, I suppose I shouldn't be surprised.
And for you, Mr. David, I foresee your expository advertisement about the whereabouts of my workplace.
You're correct, Miss Kristalina. Here at the Writ Wit Workshop of Wonders, visitors can have Miss Calamitous tell them their future, serve them refreshments, and have them take literal shots at their unreasonably negative critics.
The epic scale of your book was perfect for leveling out my tables.
Your book sucks, and your mom is fat.
Pew, pew, pew!
Die! Die!
Pew, pew, pew!
Well done, Donald. Your mother is far too enchanting for such repugnant rubbish.
And if you're feeling particularly brave, watch the great Crystalina use the arcane magic within her psyche to guess your secret, favorite type of writing.
Oh, great word wizard, David. Your guilty pleasure writing involves Power Ranger fanfics.
That's no secret, but...
Crossed over with My Little Pony and 50 Shades of Grey? Even my gift of foresight has no insight on how that could work.
Really, David, is that true?
I can't... I'm not, maybe you see...
To me!
Ah, yes. The delicately zesty Donald himself. You secretly like to write poems about how lonely you are, but you always have Matt David in case you get particularly desperate.
Wait, what?
I didn't mean it like that. You're just my best friend, and I don't know if I'll ever,
End the ad! End the ad!
Visit the rambunctious and rowdy Writ Wit theme park, part of Thrill Seekers R Us. As satisfying as if your written work was turned into a cinema spectacular, while getting 1 thumbs up across the board. Wah!
This ad is brought to you by Thrill Seekers R Us, where if something ain't running in your pants, we aren't doing our job!
Good ad. Another job well done. It is another peaceful day in Ritopolis, the city of writers and creators. Birds are tweeting, children are playing, and drivers are yelling at each other in traffic with such writer-like eloquence.
Hey, go faster, you idiot. You're driving slower than a snail riding a glacier while stuck in tar and filmed at 800 frames a second.
Move your minivan, you moronic maggot with a mind mucked with manure! Your miserable mammoth gluteus maximus must make your measly mother want to meet her maker!
Yes, it was such a nice day in Ritopolis. But what's this? A monster rising from the ground under the street?
Oh no, it's the Thesaurus Rex!
Ground! Bellow! Reverberate! As the mighty beast rampages in the city, more trouble is afoot in the alleyways.
Ah, it's me, the plagiarizer! I'll take that.
Oh no, he stole my story idea! Someone stop him!
This is my story idea now, and I'll be the one who gets credit for it.
No, you won't get away with this!
And most horrifyingly of all, a sorcerer of excessive wording is casting spells on the poor writers in the suburbs.
It is I, myself, and me. The purple proser has arrived on the scene, clad in luxurious lavender coated with frills made of ground compressed amethyst. As I hover methodically with arms held out and cape flowing behind, and as I stare determinedly at my victims' humble households with my luminous orbs of sight, I cast my cantation of horrific, terrible, horrendous, excessive wordiness upon my unknowing and innocent targets.
Must write with too many words. Must write with too many words.
Yes, all hope seems truly lost for the good citizens of Ritopolis. But oh wait, what's that up in the clouds, with a cape at his back and a twinkle in his smile?
Look up in the sky! It's a word! It's a saying!
No, it's Captain Writ!
Captain Writ! Never fear, Captain Writ is here. I'm a writer like you, and I'm here to right the wrongs in this world. Starting with you, mighty Thesaurus Rex. Activate Editor Eyes!
Pew, 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 pew. Oh, pain cry! Oh, agonized no!
Now to deal with the plagiarizer. I see his type all the time.
No, the words I stole, the stories I've seized.
My hero! Thank you, Captain Writ!
Of course! And now, to the purple proser. I will shorten his story real good with my Editor Eyes!
Pew, 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 pew.
Oh, the pain I agonizingly feel from all the heroic justice is too much.
good for this bad, vile villain to possibly bear.
You saved the day, Captain.
All hail Captain Writ!
Captain Writ!
Captain
Writ! Thank you, good citizens. As a fellow writer, I'm happy to lend my assistance. I will stop these petty, fanfic-level villains that threaten this city. Just like reading a good book, they'll keep coming back for more.
We're not worried, Captain. You'll stop them.
Indeed I will. Now good day, citizens. I will see you all in the sequel.
Captain Writ, the superhero that is mightier than the sword. Here is adventures in our quarterly serial. That's once every 3 months, by the way, in case you weren't sure.
Hey, David, it's been a while since we had an ad, even though it was last time. So what is this episode sponsored? What is this episode of the Writ Wit sponsored by, or brought to you by?
All right.
Seamless!
This episode is such a seamless... This episode of the Writ Wit is brought to you by the Websford Thesaurus.
Whoa.
Are your conversations too basic? Is your daily life boring for a lack of interesting word choice? Then you should check out the Websford Thesaurus.
I might.
This tome is released with all of the latest content, including a dictionary for current slang usage, synonyms, antonyms, homonyms to watch out for, if they exist, and example sentences that immediately show the conversion from plaid to rad.
Whoa, plaid to rad! Give me an example!
Of course. Thanks for asking, Donald. For example, let's take a look at yelled. Yelled,
yes.
Commonly used as an alternative to said, shouted, screaming at someone in anger or fear.
I do yell a lot, David!
Yelled synonyms, shouted, cried, hollered. Yelled improvements. So-and-so fumed more profusely than a kettle on the stove.
I don't like that. That makes me really angry for some reason. I don't know. I shout,
Great,
I cry,
isn't it?
I holler, and let's move on.
For the small price of $38.99 plus tax, you can take it home today. Use the discount code RITWIT at your participating Corridors bookstores, and you will receive a 15% markdown at checkout.
Corridors Bookstores is my favorite bookstore. It's all the books that I ever want to store are in that bookstore. I really hope we still get money for this.
Available wherever books are stored, including online at eBay or Amazon.com. While you're at Amazon, please check out Matt Donald's published works, Megazoic or The Primeval Power. If the thesaurus doesn't do it for you, also consider the encyclopedia available from Websford.
Whoa, an encyclopedia?
Replete with history lessons and context, in addition to all of that other stated content, available in 11 volumes for the mere fortune of $958.45. Plus shipping and handling with online orders and presumably tax wherever you purchase.
Whoa, what a bargain!
Remember, for all your worldly needs, think of Websford.
Wow, this sounds great! I'll get Websford today!
Welcome, fellow nerds, to another episode of the Writ Wit.
Every time I do that Mickey Mouse style, like, that voice, it's killing my throat. Hold on, let me get some.
Just one more booger. Oh, wait, we're back? Well, sorry, I didn't expect it to be over so quickly, because time sure flies when you're listening to a clip show of quality podcasting. Oh my god, what? I fully expect whatever podcast awards there are to be calling me as we speak. In fact, what's that? The phone's ringing. Oh wait, it's my mother. Oh wait, no, it's not my mother. I'm sorry. It's not my mother. It's my super hot and very real girlfriend. Thank you for listening. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Get out of here!